Coach Springer, how we doing this week?
Hey, man, I'm talking to you guys. That means we must still be playing. So I'm good. I'm really excited to talk to you guys right now.
You're damn right. We're excited to talk to you. We're still playing games, the most important game of the year. And let's just start there because we know you're an energy guy. And all coaches try to say, like, don't change the mac and cheese recipe. Like, do everything. But as an energy guy, as a special teams guy, have you gone to 100% energy to like a Yogi Berra, like 110% energy with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? I mean, you got to ramp it up this week, no?
No, dude, you know, the culture that we have here it all starts with Coach Vrabel, man. The standard that we said, just like you said, no macaroni and cheese. That's how we live. So it's been the same for me, you know, and I try to treat it like, you know, okay, we're playing for this, to go to the Super Bowl, but if you weren't like this day one, why are you doing it now? You know, and so all the players are the same. Their routine's still the same. Yeah, there's probably a little more detail, a little more focus on some certain things because you know how important that role is. But, man, I've been the same guy that I was, you know, day 2 of OTAs just because I think the guys respect that. They know who you are. You can't try to be someone you're not. And, hey, man, it's the same football game. It's another football game at the end of the day, and just trying to bring the same energy I can every day to help this team win.
All right, so Jeremy, what have you heard about this mythical creature, the legend of Empower Field, playing football a mile high, the Denver atmosphere, the thin air, the loud AF fans? What have you heard about it, and what are you anticipating in terms of an environment for the championship fight on Sunday?
You know, I actually haven't heard much about it other than the fact that I know playing on the West Coast, I coached at the University of Arizona for 3 years. I've lived in that Mountain West area. I lived in El Paso. It's just the same height as it is in Denver. So I know how thin the air can be, how the ball travels differently. It's going to be cold, you know, so the ball's not going to travel as far as people think it is because of the cold air now. But it does travel differently. And in terms of the fans, man, you know, when you're on that field and you're just locked in, it can be loud, but you're just so locked in on the details and what you're trying to do as a coach, my individual responsibility, that the crowd never really just seems like a big deal. It can be super loud, and it's like after the game, like, damn, it was loud. Like our game this past weekend was unbelievable. I mean, it was loud. It was fun. But during the moment, you're just like so locked in on what you're trying to do responsibility-wise that it doesn't become a big deal. And I think you just prepare that way, and you keep our guys calm and controlled, and we keep our composure in those situations, and we'll be just fine.
I know you say every week you guys go out, you do your pregame routine, you're a couple hours, you're the first guys out on the field. This is just another game, but it is a game where altitude, cold, wind, it feels like there's a lot of factors you, Andy Borregales, all those guys are going to be going through. Is this maybe your most important pregame of the year?
Yeah, I think it's the most important because it's the next one. At the same time, you know, the good thing about coaching out here in New England is, dude, we face the weather elements every damn day we're out here. It seems like it's just every day I go out here, I'm like, Jesus, you got wind, you got cold, you got rain. It's everything. So I think when we get there, the only difference is going to be your higher elevation, and we just got to get a good feel for that. We'll probably get out there a little earlier, just kind of get a feel for it. Our guys will get out there a little earlier as well, and we'll get a good game plan going pregame of how we're going to attack these kicks, and we'll be ready to go when that thing gets kicked off.
So how did you feel special teams performed last week with a very loud environment, with changing conditions, and with a lot of pressure on the line, it being a divisional round playoff game?
Dude, I said this to the media last week. I got a lot of respect for Houston. You know, Nick Caserio, Frankie Ross, guys that were here in the past on that Belichick system. They do a phenomenal job on special teams, and they always have, and they will continue to do that. And I thought our guys, man, they played their ass off. Like, they ran around, they swarmed, they tackled, they played violent. They executed the game plan. We had to punt the ball 8 times in that game, which we've been averaging like 2 a game because our offense has been so good. And for us to go out there and punt 8 times, flip the field, cover well, get a couple good punt returns, and no penalties as well. Those were things like there that I get so proud of because we don't put our offense in a hole and we don't put our defense in a hole. And that's how you win football games. You don't always have to have the big play on special teams, in my opinion. You got to keep things under control, play penalty free, and help our offense defense out by getting good field position. I thought we did that. I was proud, and we had another big one this weekend, man. Darren Rizzi, who's with New Orleans for a while, with Sean Payton. They got a crew. They got an all-pro special teamer. They got an all-pro punt returner. It's going to be a tough one, man. So I'm going to the same game plan as play our asses off, play to our identity, pack the identity, play to it. If we do those things, then we'll be able to help our offensive out win the game.
Patriots Special Teams Coordinator Jeremy Springer here on WEEI Afternoons on a Patriots Friday. You just touched on it, and I wanted to bring it up. So we're all used to Marcus Jones, maybe the best punt returner in football, Brendan Schooler, maybe the best coverage guy in football. But I'm guessing if I were doing radio out in Denver, I'd say maybe the best punt returner in football is Marvin Mims, and maybe the best coverage guy is Key. What do you think of those guys? And is it a coincidence that we're in the AFC Championship game, and as much as we talk about quarterbacks and defenses, that two of the better special teams units are on display?
Dude, you're exactly right, man. Dave, like I said, Darren Rizzi's done an unbelievable job. They got a very young group of guys. Like, when you look at their roster and the guys they're playing with on special teams, they're second-year guys, rookies, really young guys. But they're playing their asses off right now. They've gotten better week to week under Rizzi. They got it under control. And then when you got Marvin Mims back there, and I told our guys that this week, I said, we got the number one, they got the number two. And you can flip it however you look at it if you're biased, but he's a complete package. He can set his returns up. He hit the big field, the sideline, vertical. He's risky. He's got great contact balance. He bounces off tackles. I mean, this is the biggest test that we've seen all year for our punt team. It's going to be a challenge. But thank God, like you said, man, we got Brendan Schooler with us. I know he's been playing lights out the last couple of weeks in the playoffs for us, which has been good. But they got a guy like that in Arden Key. Not Arden Key, just Key. So it's going to be a good challenge, man. Like I said, those guys are playing lights out. They're playing at a high level. I think we're playing at a high level as well. We just got to go out there, and at the end of the day, just do your job description. We don't need to make plays up. We don't need to do something that we're not used to doing. Just do your job, and I think at the end of the day, it'll be a good one-on-one matchup. Win those one-on-one matchups, and we'll see where the ball lays after that.
If you know your Patriots history, Jeremy, one of the most memorable plays, at least for Patriots fans, that went in the right direction for New England in Denver was back in 2003 in a game where the Patriots came from behind and won on Monday Night Football. Yep. And Lonnie Paxton famously snapped the ball over the head of the punter to take a safety and hit the crossbar. So if you had Ashby practicing the old crossbar snap, and more, that would be kind of wild if he was working with Lonnie Paxton. But more importantly, like, have you gotten the guys ready for anything special? Just to sort of expect the unexpected and have a game potentially come down to having to do one little something different they haven't had to do all year the right way.
And I think, in saying that, you made a great point of like doing something, that you haven't really done in a game, and that's something you do throughout the year. You work those situations all the time. Like, you work in situations like take a safety, maybe you're hitting the crossbar, the fair catch, free kick. All those little things that could show up in a game like this where they could mean the difference in a win and a loss, you're consistently working those things throughout the year so that you're prepared in that situation. So we're always doing those things throughout the year. You don't get to hit all of them, week to week, but, hopefully any of those situations come up, we're prepared. And I think we got the best, Vrabel and Stretch, game management-wise, I think we got the best one in the NFL. Those two guys do an unbelievable job game managing, and so they make it easy in our lives to get the right calls out there and work on situations.
Jeremy, I know you kind of downplayed the altitude a little bit, but it does affect the ball and can carry and different things. And I was, we'll fixate on field goals, but it almost to me is like, well, just kick it as hard as you can and hopefully it goes through the uprights. But on kickoffs, right? If you guys are looking to get it in the landing zone, if you're looking to cover, you don't want to miss 5 yards deep in the end zone, right? Because it traveled further. So is that going to be a key part of getting ready for the game? Is the kickoffs, the landing zone, how the ball is traveling in each direction?
And that's why we get out there so early, man, to warm up. But again, the altitude is the altitude, but when it's 15 degrees, it changes the ball drastically. It's like a hard rock. So it's a hard, heavy rock. So, man, you can say, oh, you want to get it 10 deep. That ball ain't going 10 deep when it's 15 degrees. Even though you're at high altitude, it's just not going to do that. And so those things do, like if it was 45, 50 degrees, then you can hit it 10 deep, no matter what. It's easy. But when it's 15 degrees, it's going to be hard and heavy. So it just makes a huge difference on that ball trying to get it into the end zone, which, again, we don't want to do that anyways. So really, you don't want to hit too short. You don't want to hit it at the 15-yard line.
Right.
And you don't want Marvin Mims catching the ball at the 15 running, and he's already at the 30 before you know it. You want to try to get inside the 5 if you can. But, we'll see how that plays out and see how we can do it pregame.
So before we let you go, paint a picture for us. You're going to get to the hotel Saturday night, meetings, all that. When your head hits the pillow, are you going to be able to fall asleep? Are you going to wake up earlier? Will you even need an alarm? What's that night going to be like heading into the AFC Championship?
Dude, man, I'm excited. I'm really excited just to get out there and we got another day of planning. So right now I'm focused on tomorrow, Friday. I'm focused on Saturday morning walk. I'm focused on our presentation. That's the most important thing. But once we get there, it's relaxed for me. We got meetings, staff meeting. We'll go through our meetings. We'll be done. I'll meet with school one more time before I go to bed. And when I get into that room, man, it'll be lights out pretty quick. I sleep. I don't get a lot of sleep during the week, man. So when I'm in a hotel room by myself, I promise you I'm out pretty quick. And then when I wake up, I get a little bit of anxiety, so I have some anxiety, some butterflies like I always do. But the great thing about a 1 o'clock kickoff for us is you can get up and go. Not a lot of time to think about it, get a workout in, and time to rock and roll.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you joining us all year, and we're glad we're still talking to you, and we hope we're still talking to you moving forward. Good luck on Sunday in Denver.
Hey, man, hope you guys are you guys going to be here in town?
Yeah, we're going to be under 20 inches of snow here in Boston. So yeah.
That's what I said. I said, you guys enjoy the snowstorm, and if they got to keep us out in Denver for another day, we'll tear the city down. We'll be good.
All right, thanks, Coach. Have fun.
Good
luck. Jeremy Springer, Patriots Special Teams Coordinator, waiting to tear down Denver, hopefully, after a victory.